So yesterday morning at about 9:30, the Connecticut State Police were called regarding a shooting in the front of the state capitol. Obviously, we dispatched a team of major crimes, Central District major crimes detectives, as soon as possible to the scene to begin processing evidence with the assistance of the State Capitol Police, the assistance of the Hartford Police Department, specifically C4, the intelligence center that Commissioner Ravella built in its entirety. The technology therein was used for us, the lead investigators of Central District major crimes, to definitively say that the shootings here over the weekend are directly tied to the shootings in Southington. That a person is in custody at this moment in relation to that. There is not an arrest warrant at this point. We are continuing to look for evidence. Some evidence has already been received and will be delivered to the state lab. We continue to work the case, but at this point, we do not believe any ongoing danger, as implied yesterday, that these are tied to the Southington incident. Does anyone have any questions?
Yes, so that moves the time frame to, it has to be Sunday, right?
They have a very definitive idea as to when exactly that occurred and when we can release that. Paz, you're figuring it out yourself, but yes, they have evidence as to when exactly occurred. As to when.
Be careful in your language.
Yep. Nothing's been written out in an arrest warrant yet, so I just don't want to contradict anything.
Okay, but the person who's in custody for the Southington shootings, and has been in custody since Sunday, he is the suspect for shooting at the state capitol?
The shootings are directly tied. We're not in the business of naming a suspect until we have an arrest warrant, but the shootings are directly tied, and we do not believe the person responsible, in fact, we know the person responsible or believe the person responsible is in custody at this point.
Okay, there are no other people involved.
We don't know that, Mark, and that's why. There may be others. So I'm sure they'll work through all that. There's HIPAA issues at play, so the investigators still have some work to do. That being said, it was important to the commissioner and the colonel and to Chief Casanova here that we get the information out that there is no ongoing or lingering danger as a result of the shootings here.
And there's been conflicting information about whether the shot detector did or didn't pick up. So what's the latest? Can you clarify that?
There will be definitive evidence as to when and exactly where the shots were fired. I can tell you, in cases similar to this, when a person fires a round from within a motor vehicle, that let's say someone were to roll down a window as they're driving by and shoot out, driving a car, shoot out the passenger window, the odds of the shot spotter system picking that up to the point where it makes a notification to the police department are extremely rare. That was likely the case here, but ShotSpotter has abilities to go back in time and re-examine based on lower audible levels to really simplify it down and determine when and where the shots were fired. Any good investigator would take that information and use that along with the videos that are available.
So that has happened in this case?
I don't know. I don't have the exact rundown of how it happened, but it would be an investigation similar to that, Paz.
Oh, okay, I just want to be clear. So you can't say that yes, when they had a date and time, they could actually get evidence.
Say that again?
So once they roughly had a date and time, did they go back and hear something? Or
oh yeah, no, certainly, absolutely. ShotSpotter has provided us, has provided C4, who got it to us in great speed and are assisting to the state police, and that was obviously a key factor. Again, the technology that is around the city of Hartford from C4, used for exactly circumstances like this, put into place by Commissioner Ravella, the same system that was used to catch Photos Doulos up in the North End, is once again protecting the Capitol. And yes, that technology was used.
So the belief is a shot was fired from a car?
Yes.
Okay. Was it moving? Do you know?
Unknown.
Do we know whereabouts? I mean, it wouldn't have been all the way.
I don't have that. I didn't see the map or the forensic report provided by ShotSpotter, though, Stuart. But I'm sure once the warrant comes out, you'll have. If a warrant comes out, once that does, you'll have all the evidence that you need.
And is there anything you can say about time of day?
Oh, yes. that they know exactly, pretty much believe they know exactly when it happened.
And can you share that?
I don't have that in front of me, Paz.
The other structures that were shot at, was
Yes.
like a church, and were there any other government buildings that you know of? And was there any belief that this building was targeted because it's a government building?
So prior to knowing any information about the shooting other than there was a shooting, we had all these state buildings in the area. We looked them over for similar evidence. Excuse me. So sorry, Commissioner Ravello and Colonel Malikas were concerned that other state buildings would have been shot. So there was a scan of the other state buildings. Reached out to the city of Hartford, asked them to look at their city buildings as well. As that just made good sense. At this time, no, we don't have any information. We did check, but it's also believed that this would be a small caliber weapon used, and that the damage done can sometimes be as big as the holes you saw yesterday, but also tiny ones as well.
So they physically inspected some other government buildings?
Sure.
Yep.
So the person in the Southington incident, there was a .22 caliber rifle recovered. Is that believed to have been used here?
We believe the shootings are directly tied, and that is something that the investigators will absolutely look into. I can tell you that there's some processing of that vehicle used in that incident that has not been done yet. The Central District Major Crimes detectives are working on that, likely as we speak. So to say that there could have been more than one firearm used.
Was there video evidence of this incident?
Certainly.
Okay. And was any bullet fragments or
Absolutely.
collected here?
You bet.
Will this guy's mental health state be allowed for charges to be filed?
We believe it's directly related to mental health issues. Obviously a concern, and hopefully anyone who's suffering can get directed to the services that they need.
But would that prevent him from being charged?
I don't think it would prevent him from being charged, or anyone involved, anyone who's involved in this incident from being charged at this point.